everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make Snoop Dogg's Lobster Thermidor. Yeah, you heard me right, it's Snoop Dogg's recipe for Lobster Thermidor. Amazing, right? This recipe is one of his signature dishes, and I am super excited to make it, so let's get started. We're going to begin by cutting this lobster in half. I got this lobster from Publix and I had them steam and season it. Turn the lobster on its back and using a sharp knife, cut it in half. Remove the innards of the lobster, and then after that, remove the meat and place the meat inside a small bowl. Make sure you clean and devein your lobster meat. Rinse the lobster shell until it's completely clean. After you've done this with both lobsters, place it on a prepared baking sheet. Dry the inside and the outside of the lobster shell. Once dry, set it to the side. Now we're going to prep our ingredients. Chop up 2 shallots, some green onions, and parsley. Then shred 1 cup of Gruyère cheese. Then crush some Ritz Crackers. The recipe calls for buttery crackers, and I looked it up, and Ritz Crackers are the best buttery crackers, so that's the ones I used. Now chop up your lobster. Now that all of our ingredients are prepped and ready to go, we can begin making the dish. Prepping your ingredients before creating the main dish will make it a lot easier when you're cooking. In a skillet over medium heat, melt 4 tablespoons of butter. Then add your shallots and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Cook them for 30 seconds. After that, gradually add 1/4 cup of flour and then whisk. Cook for about 2 minutes, whisking until the mixture is a thick and pale yellow. Then add 1/3 cup of dry white wine. For cooking, you want a wine that has a high acidity to it, so the dry white wine that I chose was Pinot Grigio. Now add 2 cups of heavy cream. Then add 1 teaspoon of dry mustard, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Now add 1 cup of Gruyère cheese and 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Mix everything together until well combined. This wasn't in the recipe, but I added 1/2 teaspoon of Creole Seasoning and just a little bit of liquid seafood oil. Now add your lobster meat. This recipe actually calls for 3 lobsters, but 3 lobsters would have been really expensive, so I just cooked some tiny lobsters that my mom gave me. In a small pan, I melted some butter and then placed the chopped lobster inside the pan. Then I added pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, Creole seasoning, and Old Bay. When the lobsters were done cooking, I chopped them up some more and then I placed them inside my mixture. Once everything is well combined, remove the skillet from the heat. Place the mixture inside the lobster shells. Then sprinkle your crushed crackers on top of each lobster. Place your lobsters under broil for 4 to 5 minutes until the tops are golden brown. While the lobsters were cooking, I decided to cook some asparagus to go with it. So in a large skillet, melt about a tablespoon of butter, then cook your asparagus in the pan over medium heat. Then I added a bit more butter. Then add some pepper and salt. Oh, and you don't need a bunch of salt, just about a dash of salt will do. Saute the asparagus until it becomes slightly bendy. When your lobster is finished cooking, add parsley and green onions and you are all finished. This is how mine came out, and oh my goodness gracious, does it look fancy! This has to be the fanciest thing I've ever cooked. I'm so proud of it. I mean, just look at how pretty it is. Just like, honestly, it's so pretty. Snoop Dogg's recipe is actually really simple and I think it would be really easy to do. If you ever wanted to make it, I totally think you could do it. I had no idea Snoop Dogg could cook like this before, and now I'm just extremely impressed. Thank you so much for watching the video. Everything I used will be in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Alright, let me try it real quick. You need a picture or anything? Oh, okay. I'm about to say it's too
I just
late.
want to get your reaction.
Oh. Oh, it's good.
Ooh, you like it?
Mhm. I didn't know what the middle and stuff was, but it's good. I need some lemon on it though. Let me put some lemon on it. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, but it'll be good with some lemon. While we eat our Thermidor, Lobster Thermidor. So delicious.